So, a little bit of an update. Okay, I got a new microphone, which I think will be amazing, as long as my 6-month-old husky will stop chewing up my equipment. Secondly, I had already made this video, and I thought I had the sound and the microphone all working, but apparently I'm a dumbass and didn't. So, I'm going to restart this. I'm going to redo this for you guys because I'm an idiot. So here we go. Again. 1 second. Okay. So this is what I started with. Okay. This is what I started with. And as I explained to you guys, this is a stock image. It's one of the images that I use for my products. Super cute. I pay for the service. So this is not my image. Just a little disclaimer. But I'm going to show you how to add overlays for my new set, the Risen Collection, which is baby chicks, baby ducklings, baby lambs. And there is an action set that comes with it. This is the first set that I've made that works within Photoshop Elements that I've tested, and I did test it in PSE 15. Now, I do not know if it works in earlier versions, but it does have effects for you for PSE. So if you do buy it, it's kind of like at your own risk kind of thing. Okay, so I'll show you how to load your actions. You'll click, make sure you click Window, make sure your actions are selected. Then you'll go over here to this little drop down menu in your Actions tab. I've got my button mode selected. I'm going to shut it off, and then I'm going to delete these other actions I have in here so that you can see, and I'll delete this one too so I can show you how to load it. So I'm going to click my drop down menu again. I'm going to go down here to Load Actions, and I'm going to find where I have them saved on my computer. So like after you download them, a lot of the times, like for me especially, they'll go to my downloads folder, which I have it pinned in my quick access, but I have this saved already onto my system from where I had made it. So I'm going to click my actions. So now they're loaded in. You can see them right here. I'm going to go back to my button mode because it's just a habit. It's my favorite. You don't have to. It's just what I like to do. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click my Add Animal Overlays. There is also instructions if you want to read it, but you can watch this video and I'll kind of walk you through it. Alright, so Add Animal Overlays. Find where you save the overlay files on your system. Pick the one you want to add to your image. Alright, so I'm going to go back to my folder where I have it saved. And in the previous tutorial, I had shown you lambs, since she was already holding a bunny, but now I just feel like doing something different, just because, why not? So let's do some more bunnies, maybe, I guess. Why not? You'll probably hear me say that quite a bit. Alright, so let's see here. And they're not probably going to be that big, so I'm going to hold my shift key, or you can come up here and you can click this little, I don't even know what kind of symbol you would call it, but it constrains the image to the right proportions, so you don't have to hold down the shift key. Chloe, stop jumping. Yeah, you are. Well, stop. I guess I'll stick them right there. She's got a, I don't know what a group of bunnies would be called, but like if it were a geese, it would be a gaggle of bunnies. But it's not, so just pay no mind to that. I'm going to rasterize this layer because it is for some reason set as a smart object, which I will probably end up setting it back to being a smart object. But for tutorial sake, I'm going to rasterize it. You can click your right click your mouse. Sorry about that, I can't speak. And I've already rasterized it. I'm going to add a layer mask, so you come down here to this rectangle with a dot in it, click it. So it is a white mask, so you want to come over here, click your brush, and you want a black brush. And I have my brush setting to about 80. I'm going to switch it to 100. Lower my brush. You can do that by either your brackets, or I use it by holding my Alt and my right side of my mouse. And I'm not sure what that would be on a Mac. I don't own a Mac. I don't work on a Mac. I do use a PC, so I do apologize that I can't be of more help with that. Okay, and I'm just gonna go around these edges where it's just a little bit white. Actually, I'm gonna lower my opacity down to about a 70 because it's a little too harsh. Hey Chloe, what's Storm doing? I hear him doing something naughty. Chloe. Chloe. Chloe.
What?
What's Storm doing?
He's got a bone.
A bone?
Yeah, look.
Where'd he get a bone from?
I don't know. Look. He's a big dog.
Yeah, he is a big dog. I don't like that. Alright. So really with this one, there's not a whole lot of work to be had. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the layer mask. So right click, apply layer mask. I'm going to convert it to a smart object. I don't know, baby. Okay, so I'm going to, with the actions, hold on, Chug Chug. I am going to blur my bunnies. And you only want to make sure your background is selected, or if it's flattened. You only want to do that if you're wanting to blur everything in your image. Right now, I just want to blur the bunnies. So I have my bunnies layer selected. Okay. I'm going to click continue. And as you can see, they are super blurred. We don't want them quite that blurred. Let's see here. I'll probably go, they're still really blurred. Maybe about a 4. Okay. And I'm going to come down here. Chloe, hush. I'm going to click my Smart Filters White Mask. Again, you want to make sure your brush is set to black. And I'm just going to, actually I'm going to hit Control I, and I'm going to make sure I have a white brush selected. They're unblurred, and I'm just going to add the blur where I want the blur to be. So I'm going to hit my brush to about 40%, and I'm just going to, you know, blur the ears a little bit. She's a little more blurry over here, so I'm just going to make sure it kind of matches. Maybe blur the edges over here, just a smidge on Mr. Bunny. Okay, and I noticed that there was a blade of grass on her arm, and it's blurred. So obviously, especially if people understand anything about the depth of field of a camera, they're going to know that this is an overlay because the bunnies are sharp and then that blade of grass is super blurred. So we want to get rid of that blade of grass. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flatten. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to take it off of her skin. I'm going to click my patch tool. I'm just going to take a little at a time. Now it's not going to be a super clean job because this is just a, sorry, I've got the little one on breastfeeding and she is moving like crazy. Okay, so I'm just gonna, looks better than a blurred blade of grass. That's kind of a tongue twister. I'm not so big on it. Hold on. I'm gonna go to my lasso tool. I'm gonna just do this area here. Fill. Okay. Okay, I like that better. Alright, so now I have my image flattened. I'm going to hit Control J because I always like to work on a copy of my background. I'm going to click Equalizer. Now this image already looks pretty good. It probably didn't even need it, but I'm going to keep it on here for whatever reason. And I'm going to go to Overexposure Fixer, and I'm just going to hit my brush. Black brush, so I'm going to invert it and click X, and now it's set to black. I've got my opacity set to about 40. I'm going to turn it up to 70, and I'm just going to mask it off of her and the little buns. And we're just going to go, and it just gives it kind of a vignette. But if your image is super overexposed, you don't have to paint it off at all. It's just something that I like to do, so you don't have to do this. say you want to blur your image. We'll go ahead and click it. Okay, so it's saying flatten. Go ahead and flatten just because it says. And then we're going to turn about 6. And I'm also going to paint this again off of my subject and the buns. So at 100% opacity and a black brush, I'm just going to click, click, click. Make sure it's off my bun and girl. Alright, now I want to color pop. I love super saturated images. Not the ones that make you look like an Oompa Loompa, of course, but I do like the drama and the bold and the vibrancy of colorful images. So we'll just click it, and it just gives just a pop. Okay, and then I'm going to click depth, which gives it a little more, but I'm going to turn this down just a smidge because, again, I do love the vibrancy and bold images. Alright, now we're going to click the background, although I don't think you have to, but we're going to. And we're going to click It's All in the Details. It is a sharpening tool. Hold on. I'm going to flatten because sometimes it works wonky. And I'm going to turn my radius down. Chloe, the episode is coming right back on. Hold your horses. And you can turn it up. You don't want to go all rainbow-ish because I'll show you what happens. It's crazy. Alright. It's crazy. As you can see, it looks like super bad HDR, and we don't want that. Alright, so I'm going to delete that again. I'm going to click it. It's all in the details. I'm going to take my radius all the way back down. And I just want to, like, you know, subtly see the details coming through. So this, to me, looks pretty good, and this is at a 3.2 pixel. But sometimes with the image size, the pixels will be different. So don't follow the numbers. You just want to follow what looks good to you. And if you like the Super HD look, that's fine. Do your thing. As you can see, so this is on, before, on, before, on. Alright, now I'm going to do pop of contrast. It's really high. I like to set my, when I make my actions, I like to turn them all the way up so you can see what it does. And then you can turn it down to your liking. And I'm just going to, maybe about a 15. That's probably going to be good. Yeah. And then for the edges, I have just a little bit of a gradient layer, and it just does the edges. And you can double click your gradient, and you can make it bigger so it's not as on your subject, or you can bring it in. You can also paint it off on the layer mask, so don't feel like you have to, Chloe. You can also double click this single click gradient. And right now it is set to brown. That's why it's chocolate edges, but you can also match it to anything in your image. So if you click this one time, it will pull up this menu, this gradient editor, which then you can click this left hand, which is the dark brown color, and you can match it to anything in your image. Me, I probably would like this dark green, which I do. So I'm going to click OK, and then you can see what it did. And I'm going to make sure, again, it's painted off of her. And I'm probably going to set it to soft light. Yeah. And then here is your finishing touches. You can flatten it. You don't want to resize for web. It's more for social. So until you are ready to, like you've saved it at this size in your high res for your clients or for you, then you can go ahead and click resize for web and add your logo and post to your social media accounts. I'm going to show you the before and after. And I thank you so much for your patience and for, you know, dealing with my children in the background or, you know, what have you. So I'm going to go all the way back up. Here's my before. And then here's the after. Oh, cute little girl with her buns. Before and after. So thank you so much again for watching, and I would love to see whatever you create with these overlays and with this action collection. And I do have a Facebook group that is a support group, so if you are, you know, a novice and you don't exactly understand how to work your program, you can ask questions in there, and other members who are a part of it can help you. I can help you. There's also a prop page if you do a prop group if you do pictures with newborns or babies. I do knit little baby items, and you can find them for a really great price in there. And so I'm excited to have you watching this and join me for the next couple of rounds, because like I said, I have a microphone now, which is awesome, as long as my puppy doesn't chew it. Alright, thanks again, guys.